I know what you mean about the cosplay thing. What I tend to do at my show is I definitely come. I don't mind cosplayers to come, but we just don't cater to any of it. We don't do the contests. We don't do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're welcome to come, but we're just not going to make a spectacle of them being there. So we're I guess pro cosplay, but we don't do any
You're
of
making
the,
an official stance right now.
yeah,
I'm pro cosplay.
I guess I am. I'm pro cosplay. No, but like I feel like that's the one thing the shows have done wrong is just make that such a huge focus. Like I wish more of these bigger shows would focus more on why there's a convention, you know, which is the comics and the creators that made them, you
It's
know.
really tough because like
It is because it's a whole,
cosplay is an art form. Like
it
those
is.
people, some of those people are amazing. And then there's,
I agree.
the 40 million Deadpools and Harley Quinns. You know, I mean, like there's different categories of cosplay. Like
Yeah.
every time I see somebody who's built a giant Autobot transformer that transforms, I'm just like, holy shit balls. Or like,
Yeah, right.
like I was like, this is insane. Or I'm trying to
I
think of the other ones that
agree.
like
Yeah.
really, because that's what MegaCon was really good for cosplay. Like I think it's even better than San Diego for cosplay because there's a couple colleges right around in Orlando, and like those kids go nuts. And so as far as cosplay, like it's an art form, and some of these people are like doing insane stuff. So I got mad respect for all the cosplayers out there.
Same.
But again, when I'm trying to like schlep books and at a show, and then I see the Anna and Elsa booth next to me, and they're just making money hand over fist,
Yeah, right.
and they've just bought a dress and a wig.
Right,
I was like,
Yeah,
what
right.
the shit? But
Mhm.
I'm not pretty enough. I probably should
Yeah,
just do
no,
drag.
and
I
it's
should just do
my
drag on
wife
it and
eloquently said it better than me here. Definitely pro cosplay. It's just not our focus, and I think that's sort of where I'm at with it. You know, and I'm
But,
friends with a bunch of these guys. I agree
You
with you,
can't piss
Matt. I
off
think
Batman. Don't want to piss off the town's Batman.
we can't. We can't. We can't. The guy's like, he'll come
Matches
after
is
me
a
too.
legend around here. Just to give you some perspective, Matt, nobody knows what Matches actually looks like. He's never
I
taken
do.
his cowl off.
Although
you
I
do?
love
I
love
don't know what he
Matches
looks
though.
like.
I love Matches because she's like a Batman that's close to my height, so I love him. It
Yeah.
makes me
Yeah.
feel. It makes me feel amazing.
But this guy's legit, Matt. Like he actually goes to children's like hospitals and visits kids that are dying, and he'll actually make home visits. This guy's
He's a good guy.
This guy's like a unbelievable person, basically.
That's
And,
awesome, man.
yeah,
That is awesome.
you know, just to hear people like that, like it's just gives you goosebumps. You know.
Speaking of
So
superheroes
side
and Transformers,
tangent
sorry.
because like I'm old. I don't know
We're
how
all-
old you guys
we're
are,
all
but I'm
pretty
old.
much-
I'm 48.
Oh,
So
that's nothing.
I remember in the early 80s, I wanted to be Spider-Man, and I got my grandma to make me a Spider-Man costume. And I told my mom that there was web shooters out there, and I made her travel all over God's green earth as looking for web shooters
Okay.
for my costume. And she's like, I just can't find them. I don't know if she actually drove everywhere. I just know that she left the house. And she's like, I'm gonna go look for them. And she's like, I went to Middletown. I went to this town. I went to this. I didn't find any web shooters. I was like, I know they're out there. I was like, I think I was in first grade, so I was like 6, 7-year-old kid being like, I need my web shooters. And my grandma, to her credit, like she found a blue, those old school onesie pajamas with the feet and stuff. She found a blue one, and then she like actually attached this, the red Spider-Man to it. So it was a suit that I could actually like jump into, and she put a hood on it, and I had the plastic mask from the old school ones, and I was able to fit over. And I was a solid Spider-Man. I just
Like the
didn't have
face
web
panel, kind of. Is that
the old school costumes?
Like the Ben Cooper
mask,
like the Ben
garbage
Cooper
bags.
masks. Yeah.
So I was able to get one of those masks, and then she had the hood, so it still kind of like
that's cool.
went pretty legit and stuff.
Yeah.
How are you a Ghostbuster for a day? What was that all about? Or
Oh, the Ghostbusters date? Okay.
yeah,
So,
what is that?
so freshman year in college, I worked at a video store, and it was called Movies, like with 2 O's, and it was like cow themed.
Yeah,
It was completely ridiculous. But the owner, and this guy was like trying to be the next Blockbuster, and he was all over New York with these stores. And apparently his promotion thing, he bought an Ecto-1 and he
Oh,
had
cool.
like suits and everything. And so I
Oh,
just
wow.
get a message being like, or I don't know how people contacted you back in the day. I think like somebody wrote a note and then they handed it to me. Like I think maybe a fax. I probably got a fax like, hey, we're doing a grand opening at one of the video stores. Can you can somebody at the store be a Ghostbuster? And I heard that announcement and I was like, me. I was like, that's gonna be me. It's totally gonna be me.
Yep.
And so they had like really killer suits and like they had the backpacks. And again, this is like mid 90s. So I don't know who was making this stuff now.
Yeah,
But
so
they
no
had a
one was
huge
really cosplaying at
really,
that
nobody was
point, yeah.
cosplaying back there. And they
Yeah.
had a huge inflatable Slimer. So it was like a
Oh,
guy
cool.
walked in Slimer and it blew up.
Yeah.
And so like, Slimer would attack the video store and then we would
Oh,
roll
that's
up in
funny.
Ecto-1. We get out with the packs and we shoot some stuff. And I think I said hi to some kids. I don't know. I think at the time I was really just flirting with all the women that I saw. I was like, I'm a Ghostbuster. I was like, I'm gonna own and take this.
Something
Like,
about
I
having
was
the
just-
suit, right? Like the movie suit. That's great.
Was this an original Ecto-1 from the movies, or is it?
I don't
like
think
a-
it was an original.
You were
I think somebody-
channeling Bill Murray, like the
Yeah.
Bill Murray
Right, right.
suave.
Yeah.
Dana.
Oh, that's
But no,
fantastic.
I think the owner of the video store company, like he had lots of money, and like I think he like commissioned or just built it on his own and everything. And
I
it
miss
was
those
just like,
days,
yeah, it was a really
dude.
just yeah, it was a fun day. They had a grand opening at another store, and I like drove out and had a good time.
That's cool.
And I never, I again, there was no photos because it was 90s. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, if I just had one photo,
Right,
that would have
right.
been amazing. Or is
Just
probably
even
no
one
video.
with you driving the Ecto-1 would have been like so cool to have,
Yeah.
There's a few around here actually. They go to different conventions that I've seen. Like
Yeah,
some-
no, now
but
the
it's not as
Ghostbusters
special
crew-
now, though.
I
It's
know,
like
I
when
know,
he
I
did it,
know,
it was
I know.
like a unique, very unique thing. you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
Oh, that's so
My
cool.
my
man.
worst experience cosplaying was because I thought it was because it was right before I opened up the store. I went to a Bears game on Halloween, and I
Okay.
put together the shittiest Batman costume, but I got a good cowl. I ordered a good cowl off the internet, and I was like,
Okay.
"Man, this is gonna be awesome." And all the whole entire time, dudes were just flicking my ears in the bat suit,
Okay.
and I was just like, and I was drinking. I was like, "Do you want to fight Batman? Because a Batman will mess you up."
Mhm.
But I was at a Bears game, and I was like, "Yay!" I was like, "This is awesome!" And then like, but nobody wanted to take a picture of me. Everybody was just annoyed with me. They were just like,
Mhm.
nobody else dressed up on Halloween too. Like I was very bizarre. Like, how did nobody else dress up? Everybody on Christmas is like, "Oh, I'm gonna dress up like Santa." Like now you look at football games, and there's people
Everybody,
dressed up all over
everybody.
the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And like I walked in there, I walked into Soldier Field, and I'm dressed up as Batman, and they were just like, "What are you doing?" Like nobody got it. Like,
Right. It was like kind of like it's kind of like the way comics were back then. You didn't talk about that you were into comics, like it was just not a cool thing,
There was never any really cool time to do that kind of stuff because back in the day, nobody knew what we were doing, and today everyone's doing it. So there's no like real
Yeah, right.
like
Exactly.
sweet spot. Like
It's a whole different time now,
right.
Yeah, Mike Comics Wellspring. And yeah, this was printed with Comics Wellspring. Came out beautiful.
High quality stuff. People think it's fantastic. All the books that you see at my table are through Comics Wellspring.